The only person coming to come save you is Jesus Christ when he makes his return. My biggest YouTube check. Am I moving in with that man? I applied to Sephora Squad. What's up YouTube, Sugar Jada Janae, and I am back with another freaking video. As you already see by the title, today we're gonna be doing a Q&A. I'm gonna be chatting it up about what I got going on in my life, a little life update, because as y'all see, it's been a lot of changes going on. I haven't had the time to really just sit down and talk to y'all. So I just did this cute little makeup look today. I tried some new products. I went to Sephora yesterday and I wanted a new base to get some more mattifying products. In the beginning of the year, I had a crazy breakout all over my face. I'm kind of scared to put anything on it, but I recently ran out of my primer and my setting spray, so I said I'm gonna go try some new. I got a couple of Danessa's products. I've never bought anything from her, so I was very interested to try those. The face came out tea, the foundation is tea. I also bought the One Side powder milk setting spray, and if y'all know, I do have regular setting spray. Is this one smaller? Personally, I feel like it's just a little too mattifying. It's nice, but I do like to have more of a skin, I'm not even gonna say natural, but I do like a skin finish, and I like what this did to my face in conjunction with the Danessa products. I'm gonna do a little get ready with y'all. I'm not really gonna do a step-by-step. If y'all would like a tutorial, let me know. I will link all the products down below just for reference if y'all interested. I'm not gonna talk y'all heads off. Before we get into the video though, I do have a small announcement for y'all. I applied to Sephora Squad, and if y'all don't know what Sephora Squad, I got a lot of questions about what it is. It's essentially a year-long paid promotional campaign with Sephora. You get invited to events, you get PR. It's just so many different things that come with it, and I told myself the years before, I told myself it doesn't make sense for me to apply because I thought it was for mostly beauty gurus, or y'all know how it used to be, the makeup girlies. I don't consider myself like a makeup girly. Makeup is a part of the brand, but I'm not a beauty guru. So I never thought to apply, but I remember last year, all the controversy, was so much controversy surrounding it because so many people were talking about who made it or who didn't make it. And I told myself, this is my career, why not apply? I don't see any limits when it comes to this. I know that I'm good at my job. I know that I am not only a content creator, but I am also an influencer. I feel like I can sell you something in a heartbeat. So I said, I don't see why, you know what I'm saying? Probably I could do this. I've been telling myself I want to focus on my beauty content and really connect with the beauty market. So this will be the perfect stepping stone into that. Shoot, that's not even a stepping stone, that's a full throttle into it. But so I applied, I put in my application, and I posted it on Instagram first. I had an overwhelming response. Then I posted it on TikTok, and I told y'all I want to mention it in this video today. So I definitely just think it will be an amazing opportunity for me to be a part of Sephora Squad. I feel like as far as the beauty market, as far as beauty, that is something that surrounds me on the day-to-day. That is and always has been a major part of my being. Beauty, hair, makeup, that's literally me. I've always been playing in makeup. I've always been playing in my hair for as long as I can remember, and everybody else's too. So I just think it will be such a full circle moment. I've always loved going into the makeup store and just playing and swatching. I think it would be perfect, and it definitely would put a battery in my back to go a little more harder because I would have to at that point. I would literally have to. So I applied, and as nervous as I am, I want to first say thank you to the people who have already put in a testimonial. I love y'all bad. I really feel the love all the time from you guys. This community is so genuine and just so full of love. Even though we have our little negative Nancy's in the mix sometimes, primarily that's just noise. For the most part, it's so much love that I feel like this channel is based around, and I am so grateful to the outcome. Regardless of if I make it, I know that y'all love me because of the testimonials that I've already gotten. Sephora doesn't let us read them, but the numbers is numbering. I really appreciate y'all more than y'all know. It has seriously been a pleasure to be an inspiration over the last couple of years. I do not take it lightly at all. I am so grateful and appreciative of where I am in this place that I put in, and it's literally a dream come true. So it would be so fun to be a part of the Sephora Squad. And like I said, no matter the outcome, it's still grace. And I'm gonna apply next year. I'm gonna keep applying till I get it. It's people 10 years in this game. You gotta work for it. And I told myself, you gotta bet on yourself. Closed mouths do not get fed. In this industry, nothing is given to you. Nothing is really given to you, especially not anymore. So you essentially have to go after what you want. And I've been telling myself that pride, take the pride away. It's just like you're working at a job and you want a raise or you want a promotion. You gotta promote yourself. Hey, check your name. No, I'm gonna promote me every time. I'm really betting on me, and I know that this is gonna only get bigger, and it's only gonna grow better, bigger, stronger, richer, and not just monetarily, richer in love and motivation and support. I feel like I'm rich, not money wise, but rich because I got y'all, and I genuinely love y'all, and I feel like we here. So I would love, if you are watching this video and you haven't already, I will put the Sephora link in the description. If you have gotten any beauty tips, any beauty product, you watched the hair tutorial, if you hear from the OG Edge tutorial, if you have ever gotten anything beauty related from me and you feel like I influence you in any type of way, I would love if you left me a testimonial down below, because I feel like this is just, it would literally make my day. And if you feeling extra, if you want to go the extra mile and send me what you said, I would love that too, because like I said, they don't let me read them. I don't think no one finds out who made it until November. That's a long time to give me some anxiety. But I'm not gonna try and have anxiety about it. I'm gonna literally out of sight, out of mind. I applied. I'm not gonna overly promote it. I just put it on all my 3 platforms. If I make it, I make it. If I don't, it just wasn't my time. It wasn't God ordained. I already did a super long intro. We finna get ready. Let's transform. All right, y'all. So I went ahead and did my eyebrows off camera, and now we're gonna get started on this base, and then we'll get into the Q&A. But it says to tap and not to shake. I think that should be enough. It's got a tint to it. I'm so interested in this stuff because it's like skincare too. So I'm gonna apply that all over my face. Trying to see, do I notice any difference already as far as blurring? And not yet. So we got that part on. Do y'all notice the difference? And now we're gonna go in with the Yummy Skin. And stuff like this scares me because I don't be knowing how much to use. With my higher end products, I use them more sparingly because the junk be high. So I'm just gonna scoop a little off. And I've seen people say just put it in the areas that need it, but I'm gonna use it as an all over primer. So on my nose, right up in here real bad. My chin. And the fact that this is a powder is crazy. I don't understand it, but they say her stuff is scientifically formulated. So I know most everything is scientifically formulated, but it's interesting. I'm gonna just go ahead and put it everywhere. It don't smell like anything. So I think that's about it. I definitely see my pore closed. I'm gonna read the questions exactly how they came, literally in order. I got so many questions, as you see. A lot of questions, so I'm just gonna answer them how they came. I was gonna try and put them in some type of order, but honestly we just going with the flow today. So let's get into her. So somebody asked, what happened on TikTok that made you say you weren't going live again? I frequent TikTok live a lot. If y'all want to catch me off YouTube, catch me on TikTok. My goal is to start streaming very soon. I'm gonna be streaming by November because I want to do something fun during that time. My goal is to slowly phase off of TikTok and go to a more streamer friendly platform, whether that's Twitch or YouTube. I feel like I want to start out streaming on YouTube first because I already have the platform, and one of my favorite YouTubers, they literally stream all the time, and it takes the editing aspect away so we can do one-on-one. I can talk to y'all at the same time, and just certain things won't have to have a video because I can do it, and then you can upload the video to your channel and it's just like posting a regular video. So I'm strongly considering exactly how I want to navigate that, but that's aside the point. So back in January, I got on live, and over the course of the year, I have limited the amount of times I go live, just because too much, and I don't want to say it like this, but too much accessibility, talking too much as an influencer, as a public figure. Sometimes you just gotta know when to shut up. And that's kind of what I've been telling myself lately. I don't need to say everything on the internet. I don't need to bring everything to the internet. So it wasn't even nothing important. I don't even want to bring the topic back up, because it literally was just like a mix of hormones, me talking to people online, a bunch of trolls being in my life. Honestly, it doesn't matter exactly what happened. I was just in my feelings. If you're a woman and you know how really sensitive you are during that time of month, that's literally all it was. And I told myself, I'm not going live no more on TikTok. And you know what I did? The next 2 weeks, I think I stayed out for like 3 weeks or a month. And guess what? I went right back on, because it's my platform, and I'm like, why am I gonna let trolls run me off the platform? So nothing to really talk about. It was just a bad day that I was having, and I got on live and it got made worse. I should have never been on live at that time anyways, because I had something going on personal, and I just get on there talking and people was trolling. They was telling me I look like this person and that person, and it made me get in my feelings. But nothing major, nothing to write home about. It was just hormones. That's it. Literally, that's nothing too serious. That's why I've been back on the app. So that's all that was, child. TikTok, if you frequent, TikTok is a very mean-spirited app. A lot of people on there just nasty for no reason. So you gotta tread lightly on that app, because they will run anybody off. They're so nasty. You can just look at the comment sections on people posts, and I be scared to read the comments sometimes because people are so mean. So yes, moving on. So far, what would I consider my biggest accomplishment this year? I would definitely say my biggest accomplishment would be me actually locking in and losing a substantial amount of weight. I lost 16 pounds in the span of 3 months. After January, I told myself something so serious: you have to lock in. All these fad diets I do and I don't stick to them. Every year I tell myself, I want to lose weight, I want to be in better shape, I want to be active, I want to do this, and I never stick to it ever. February, March, April, I locked in something serious, and it literally showed me that all these years I've been trying to quote unquote lose weight and try these diets and not sticking to them. It's so simple. I'm not gonna go too detailed about it in this video, because this isn't the video for that. But y'all, calorie deficit. If you don't take nothing else from my weight loss journey, calorie deficit. You have to lock back in, because I gained 5 pounds over the summer. But even me just doing that little stint of consistency, I realized how easy it is to lose weight. It's not hard to just eat less and eat right. So I was counting my calories, I was weighing my food. I really locked in. I was going on daily walks. I feel like that would be my biggest accomplishment this year, because it's something that, y'all, I was supposed to be doing my makeup different today. Next time. But basically, I set a goal for myself and I accomplished it. Now, I'm not to my goal weight, which I want my goal. I think my goal weight is still 140, but the goalpost, as I lose weight, I feel like the goalpost is moving. So it'll all decide on how I look when I get to 140. If I don't like 140, I may go down even more. And I'm tired of people telling me, no, Jada, don't do it. You need to stay at a certain size. No, I will not stop. I will not stop until I'm happy with how I look in the mirror, regardless of if 140, 130, 150, 160. When I feel like I reach where I am looking to be, then that's when I will stop. Otherwise, I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna keep going. And I know that once I lift weights and I start prioritizing protein and stuff like that, my weight will fluctuate more, because I will be building muscle mass. Really just trying to shed as much body weight that I can. And then after I shed that, I can start toning. But physically, I still feel like I have a lot of meat that I want to get rid of, if I'm being honest. I don't have, how can I put it? I'm thick, but I really don't have a desire to be thick. I think I prefer the look of being slim a little bit more. I just think it's a little more, if we're being honest, it's just easier. I've been voluptuous. I wasn't even that. I didn't even have that much going on in high school. But since I've been on the thicker side, I don't like my experience with clothes or things like that. And that's not to say clothes are clothes, but certain things I want to wear, certain things I want to go outside and feel comfortable in. And because I have a big booty and big boobs, it's just going to be harder for me to do it. And so my goal is to get pretty slim. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not trying to have nothing, because I definitely enjoy having, and I have a shape, so I feel like even when I do lose weight, I'm not gonna be stick thin, which nothing is wrong with that, but that's not my preference. But I do want to shed a good bit, and I told y'all this before, I want to have children. I have not had any children. I feel like personally I feel like I'm a little too thick for me not to be done had no kids. So I'm really trying to target that and prioritize that before I have my babies, because I gotta look good, you know what I'm saying? And the mom body's like, you gave life for sure. Oh, I cannot go crazy with this. Bringing the life into this world is an accomplishment for sure, but I just also, if I'm gonna be honest, I just want to stay in shape and fit all my life. Even after I have kids, some people after they have kids, let me pull my hair back. After you have kids, it makes it a lot harder for you to lose weight. Shoot, not even after you have kids. When you start getting deeper into your 20s, that weight start being a little harder to come off. And I don't ever want to be in a place where I feel like I'm stuck in a body I don't want and I have to struggle. So while I'm still young and I have a lot of mobility and I don't have baby weight and all of these things, I want to be targeting that way when it does come, I have less to fix. And aside from just the aesthetic, the health part of it as well. When I went to the doctor, everything was pretty good, but I do have to focus on high blood pressure, high cholesterol. So my overall goal, like I told y'all every time, is overall just a health and lifestyle change. So I feel like that's my biggest accomplishment this year, was prioritizing that. I made zero excuses for myself. If I was around people, I would tell them I can't eat that. I literally set out a goal and I stuck to it, and that was the first time out of all the times I tried to start a little diet that I really stuck to it. So I would say that's my biggest accomplishment, but I will be having a detailed video and all of that coming soon, but not yet, not till I get really to a place where I'm like, we doing it. All right, so someone asked me what my next trip is gonna be. So I'm actually in the process of talking about, so I don't really have nothing set in stone as far as plans, but me and my boyfriend are talking about going to New York for our 6-month anniversary. So I've always wanted to see New York like around that time, and I know everybody says it's not the same anymore, but I still want to see it. And so that's the only thing I kind of up, is going to see New York with him. That's all I have like in mind. I'm sure me and my friends will probably do something. If somebody hit me or come up with some plans. So far we're gonna do like a quick, either gonna go one day or do like a turnaround. And it's a cutesy little thing. Like I said, I've always wanted to see New York during that time of year, so it's gonna be a cute little vibe. I'm excited. And do it twice, because flights to New York be so cheap. Like, you can literally go to New York on a weekend and it be nothing major. Now I'm gonna start setting. So next question, what advice would you give someone who wants to make content? And this is the Huda Beauty and banana bread fire. This is probably, I really think this is the best setting powder on the market. Like, no gas, but it is. So the biggest advice I could give anybody, and I know this is cliche, but I tell everybody, all you can do is be consistent. A lot of people who ask me for advice, you go on their page, they don't have no post up, or they posted a year ago. And I just be like, bruh, there's no way that you expect to see growth without consistency. One of the biggest things that got me to where I am today is my consistency. I feel like consistency is the best thing for social media. Consistency and being yourself. When I first started, I had myself on a weekly schedule where I would post on weekends. If y'all know, I started YouTube when I was still, like, I was working at McDonald's. That's my first job. I would literally every weekend right before work, I would film a video and post it. And that's essentially what I did. I kept up with it. I told myself that I wanted to post 2 videos every week, and I did that whole summer, and I literally so fast. Now granted, that was a different time period, but the message still stands. Consistency. If you think you're able to post sporadically or every now and again and you're going to be able to maintain an audience or maintain any type of, or attain any type of growth, your head in the wrong frame of mind. Literally, the key to the game is consistency. If people are consistently seeing you, their screens, they have no point, they have no way but to see you and to engage, you know? So I would say consistency. I know starting out now is a little bit harder, but just keep up with it. Keep up with it. You can't have the, oh, money, quick, instant gratification. Social media works, especially not today. You have to put in real work, dedicate your time to the content. You might have to do some things you don't want to do. You have to do some free promo or something you got to do. I feel like nowadays everybody just want to get paid. And in reality, starting out, you might got to do some shit you don't want to do. And so that's my biggest advice. Also, be yourself. Don't get super consumed with trends. Align your channel with what it is that you like. I have so many people ask me like, oh, what should I post, or da da da. If you have those questions, you're not ready yet. It should all be natural, and it all should be consistent and flow with your real life. If you have to ask somebody else what you should post, then it's not time. You need to go back to the drawing board, you know? So I definitely say, you know, just be creative. Like, you know what's gonna pop, know what people are gonna watch, and also stay true to yourself. Find your thing and stick to it. If you know you good at hair, do a lot of hair content. If you know that you can style an outfit fire, you can find a piece and make it into something great, build off of that. Like, relate it back to you in everyday life. If it's authentic to you, you're not going to have to keep up with it. I feel like a lot of times trying to keep up with an aesthetic or keep up with what is for somebody else, and all you got to do is just be yourself. Your tribe is gonna find you. I feel like sticking to the script, sticking to the plan, that's what's gonna get you further than trying to align with what you see. Now, don't get me wrong, there is ways to go with the times without exactly going with the trends, if that makes sense, or exactly like following, you know what it is. Y'all know the thing on social media now this makeup is eating. Let's get into her. But yeah, be yourself, be consistent, and due time your tribe will come. Some people don't pop off on YouTube for 5, 6, 7 years later. Like, it's been, y'all gotta keep y'all working before you just pop off. There are some overnight successes, but it's very few and far between. So that's how I feel. Do a full video on that, starting All right, so somebody's how I saved up for my car. So do y'all want the real version, or do y'all want the politically correct version? I'm gonna give y'all the real version. So honestly, well, okay, for my first car, I just had steady flow, which is coming in, like, I just bought it. That was a cute little cash car. I think my first car was like 7, 8K, you know, something like. First car, honestly, it was a cheap little car. I didn't have to really put much into it, so I didn't really like save for it. I just had, you know, like, I didn't really save. And then my second car, which Mercedes truck that I have now, I'm not gonna say I didn't save for it, but honestly, I wanted what I wanted. So a little story time on the car. I had made probably one of my biggest YouTube checks to date, right? And keep in mind, I was a young 19-year-old. This is why, like, I could tell y'all this now, I'm older, but I wouldn't dare tell y'all that back then. But I can tell y'all this now because it's like, it's old, I was a kid, okay? Somebody should have told me no. Yeah, like, I had got one of my big YouTube checks I ever got, and I was like, I can probably pay for like a car and not have a really high car note. So that's what I wanted to do. And so I get to the dealership and I'm like, la la la. I literally just wanted a GLC 300 coupe, which is the baby version of what I had. So he like, well, we got something that you'll like, but I'm not sure if you'll get finance for it, because even people with the best credit sometimes don't get good financing from it. And so I'm like, just show me, like, just let me see it. So he points to the back and he like, yo, like, we got that GLE back there. My eyes turned to stars. I'm like, yes. But the price was crazy, y'all. So basically, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Like, that, I spent a lot of money on that car. And so I honestly didn't save for it. Like I said, I literally got a lump sum of money and spent it on a car. So very, very irresponsible, by the way, because I put a bunch of money down and I still have a car note. but I was 19, so I give myself a pass every day. But as I get older, I get way more financially mature because I did some stupid stuff in the past. But that's why you just grow, you get wiser. Everybody did tell me no. They're like, Jada, don't do it. And by that point, I was so far gone. Like, I was like, I want it. He showed it to me. It got peanut butter seats. This me right here, coming from like a 06, 07 Lexus to a 2019 AMG Benz. I was like, no brainer. Like, yes, I want this. That's not even the car I wanted, but I just got it. But just a little advice on saving, like when there is things that I want to save for, or I know something's coming up and that is the priority, I just limit certain things. Learn how to do some nails at home, learn how to do some lashes at home, learn how to do your own hair. I cut my expenses, or I just make more money. I'm having the privilege, especially in this economy, to just make more money. So I would say cut out in some areas if you can. Cut out some just extra expenses. Cut out DoorDash. Cut out just small things that you can add, because the small things add up if we're being honest. So I would say just cut out some little things that add up to something, and that will help in the long run. But I didn't save, I haven't saved for a car yet. And somebody else asked me too, am I thinking about getting a new car? No time soon. My focus, I'm not trying to add on no more expenses. I've just been learning that cars are not that important. Like, yes, it feels good to drive in a nice car, but at the same time, like, these luxury cars, the maintenance, like, I put it, and this is me giving y'all advice, like, yes, the luxury cars look nice, yes, they feel shiny and brand new, but just because you can afford it, just because you can afford the car note and the insurance and this and that, cars are so much more than if you can afford it. Can you afford them tires, y'all? My tires are $500 a piece. On my Lexus, I paid $500 for 4 tires. My truck, $500 a piece. I need a tire right now, and I told myself I'm riding with that tire till the wheel fall off, literally. I know with social media, everything just seems so like luxury, but the older I get, ironically, like, I used to want all these things. I used to just want bags and shoes and clothes, and I want this, I want that, I want a luxury car. The older I get, I feel like I'm placing less and less values on things like that, and it used to be so hard for me to get rid of stuff, and now I be so ready to just get something out the way. Like, I don't want these shoes no more, I don't want this bag no more, I don't want these clothes no more. Like, just get it out my face. Like, material things just mean nothing. And I made a lot of, and I still be sometimes making irresponsible decisions with my money. And I think that just comes with, especially just being young and having money. Like, a 18, 19-year-old making 6 figures just because, like, you don't know what to do with that money. You just like, shoot, it's mine, I'm finna spend it. And I had all access to it direct. Like, 2021 YouTube was crazy. So it's like, you live and you learn. That's just how I feel. You live and you learn, and you don't make the mistakes no more until you do, and then you gotta learn again. But I think I'm really learning the value of $1, especially now in this damn economy, golly. But yeah, so if you could learn anything from me, if you do the math on the car, look at how much the oil changes are, all of that. I didn't do all that. And it's not that I can't afford the maintenance on the car, because it gets done. It's just like, do you want to spend that much on a car? Do you want to spend $100 every single time you fill up your tank? Ask yourself that too. So, and I know that's not the question that you asked, but that's another thing with saving for a car. Taking into account all the expenses, all the things that also come with the car aside from just the note itself. Because even now, I have a car note, I have a warranty, and I have insurance. All of those together, insane. I should not be paying that much for a car. That's why when it comes down to it, when it comes down for me to pay off my car, I probably won't get a new car for a while. I'm not interested in a car note. If I can't pay it cash, keep it. And I'm not gonna say I'm almost, but I think I have like 16K left on my car. So time is running out, and I cannot wait to pay it off, because me not having a car note is gonna be a weight off my shoulder. The question that I keep on freaking getting, and I don't know why y'all think this is y'all trying to make fetch happen and it's not happening. I'm moving in with my boyfriend. So this is the big idea. Everybody want me to be living with that man. Some of y'all be so loud and wrong. Somebody commented and she was like, she probably moving for or with that boy. You know how they do. Actually, we live farther from each other now. He lives in the city, I live out the city. But no, I don't plan on living with him once again until, I told y'all this before and I feel like I can't get no more clearer than this. I will not live with a man until I have a ring on my finger, whether we're engaged or whether we're married. In this economy, even if I was, that's nobody's business. I don't understand such the emphasis on it. I've just deleted several comments of people saying, oh, she living with her boyfriend or she's moving in with him. Even if I was, why do we care so much? I feel like a lot of people on the internet hold their favorite influencer or hold influencers to a standard that they don't hold themselves to, they friends to. The minute you come to my page and you shun me for anything that you got a family member doing, a friend doing, or you doing, my ears are closed, because it's like, life is not easy for nobody. And I've learned to shut my mouth when it comes to people's situations and things like that, because it could be you in a heartbeat. Even if I did move in with him, because full disclosure, it took me a while to get approved here and my lease was about to be up and I was like, I don't know where I'm gonna go. You know what I'm saying? I was thinking, let me get an Airbnb, put my stuff in storage and get an Airbnb till I find a place. He was like, hell no, you're gonna stay here till you find something. And of course I didn't want to do that, but what if I had to? What if I wasn't able? You know what I'm saying? I just feel like sometimes y'all get on here and it just be so tone deaf about the things y'all say, the things. Stop holding people to a higher standard than you hold yourself or your friends or your family. I don't know where life is going, so I can't speak on the future or what's to come, but my goal is not to live with my boyfriend. And for y'all to think, do y'all not understand that we've only been dating for 4 months? Y'all think I would be in a rush to live with that man? I have a lot of new people on here. Let me go ahead with the setting spray. This is the Powder Melt by One Size. I'm super excited for this. So I got the pink blush on. This is the Buttermelt blush by NYX in Butter Together. I really like this. This is pretty. So I'm gonna go ahead and spray. I fear this might be eating a little bit. But yeah, I have a lot of new supporters. I don't know if y'all know, but I moved out at 19 years old and I moved in with my boyfriend at the time. Well, we moved out together. My experience from that, I'm not gonna say it was terrible, but it was enough for me to say I want to experience living by myself for a while in my 20s. I don't want to shack up. I don't want to just cohabitate with anybody if I don't have to. So that's not the game plan for me, babe, at all. That's not what's going on. He has his place, or he wants space, he go home. I go to his house. I want space, I go home. We spend a couple days apart because we're human and we both work and got other things to do. I don't want to be over in his space. I want to be able to decorate my space and not like, I've done it. I've been like, how can I say? I've done the overly engaged with a man before it was that time. When I'm married, all bets are off. Me and my husband, we are a unit. My man, my man, my man. But until I'm there, I'm not doing that. I'm not overly doing certain things that I shouldn't be doing because that's not my place. You know what I'm saying? I've been boy crazy. I've been making decisions based off my man, but I've grown enough to know that that's not what I want to do. So I'm taking a different approach to this relationship. And that's crazy because I actually have a question about that. So let me see if I can pull it up. It's right there. This is crazy how it's flowing, actually. What am I specifically doing different in this relationship than in my previous ones? What I'm doing differently is trusting and being mature. I feel like communication is key with me. Communicating like an adult. I feel like I was very immature in my younger years, which I'm still young, but I've been younger. And I feel like I was very immature in the way that I approach certain situations and my outlook on certain situations. I'm just approaching this relationship with more maturity, more experience, more stuff under my belt. I'm just able to be a better girlfriend because I know the end goal. I know he wants to be married, I want to be married, and I don't know, that's what we're doing differently. We're communicating. By no means are we perfect. By no means do he not get on my damn nerves, because he for sure be getting on my nerves and I be getting on his nerves. But I feel like what makes it different is we both have a common goal, and our goal is to make each other happy but still live a productive life. And so when you have a common goal and you have two people that want to reach this goal together, after many failed relationships and many failed experiences, it will start to make you feel like me versus this person, or me versus men, me versus everybody. In reality, if you have a partner, you can penalize who you're with for the past. The biggest issue I've had to grow with is biting my tongue or trying not to punish him for things that have happened previously, or, you know what I'm saying, just things that he didn't do. Because my mind could play a trick on me in a heartbeat. I could be like, hold on, wait a minute, this is a flashback. And in reality, it don't be that. And I'm learning, y'all. I'm still learning. This ain't just perfect. This ain't just nothing quick to block or fast out in a heartbeat. But I'm thinking all that crash out, all that extra stuff, just work through it, talk about it, and communicate your feelings like an adult. I feel like my boyfriend is very understanding. He's not ever to the point where I can't talk to him. Another thing that helps us is we were friends before we started dating. So this has been my friend for a long time. He has seen me in different stages. I have seen him in different stages. I feel like it's easier in a sense to talk to him than it would be for anybody else. That's kind of what I'm doing differently. Just communicating, not trying to get in my feelings, and basically realize that we're a team. Because I had the mentality for the longest, and I know this is kind of contradicting what I just said, but I had the mentality for the longest of, if he not my husband, he don't get nothing out of me. Nothing. And I feel like that mentality, because I felt like I gave so much to a man before, it made me feel like I wanted to give nothing. I didn't want to text first. I didn't want to call. I didn't want to check in. I didn't want to cook. I didn't want to clean. And I feel like in this relationship right now, we're growing together and it's mutual. It's not like I'm giving everything and he's giving nothing, or he's giving me everything and I'm giving nothing. It's very much 50-50 mutual, and that's something that we're learning to do together. And let's not talk 50-50 in regards to money. I don't really expect a man to do much financially in his 20s if we're not married, you know what I'm saying? I take care of myself, all of that. But as far as just doing life together, I feel like we split it down the middle. I feel like since we've been together, life has been easier. I have someone to confide in. I have someone to talk to, or who can run an errand for me or do different things. It's 50-50, and I know the same things I do for him, he'll do for me. He cook, I clean, he'll clean. And I just feel like, I don't want to make this my man segment, but the way that he pours into me, and I can tell that he really loves me. Just the forehead kisses and the hugs and the affection, and I know that he's not overly like that. It makes me feel good because I know that we're blossoming and growing together. So that's what I do differently, and I feel like it's working for us. Do we have our spats? Yes, we definitely do. We're young. We young people in a world where it's a lot going on, but I feel like the good outweighs the bad, and we just do it together. We do it together. We talk through it together. We communicate. Someone asked me what my lip combo is, and we're actually on the combo, so let's get into it. It pretty much changes every single time I do my makeup, depending on if I want pink, if I want peach, if I want more like a berry red type look. But my liner pretty much stays the same. This is the MAC Chestnut. I started using this around this time last year, and I have fallen in love. This is amazing lip pencil. It stays, it don't move around. I really like this. A dupe for this would be the L'Oreal Paris Worth It Intense, or the Maybelline Lifter Liner in Let's Bounce. Both of these are also really good, but my MAC is my favorite, so we're gonna go in with that today. And I want to do a pink lip since I got pinky blush on, the Perfect Brown. And then I think I'm gonna do this Revlon Sky Pink because it really matches with my blush. And this is not my all the time lip but as long as you got the liner, you can use anything in the middle. So I'm gonna put some of my favorite glosses. I love the NYX butter glosses because I feel like it adds cute pigments, so you can achieve this different vibe for $5. So I'm gonna just attach, but as long as you got the liner, you can build from that. I think I'm gonna top this with a little shimmer. I'm gonna go in with this Glow Reviver lip oil and candy coated. Give a little shimmer to the girl. Y'all, this is tea. I feel like everything just looks so smooth. Somebody asked me, why did I delete the post off my story when my boyfriend posted me for National Girlfriend Day? I don't mind posting them in, but I will never tag him in. I don't want nobody on his page. I just feel like people on the internet be too weird and obsessive about people's relationships, and it don't be that serious. Of course, I'm not hiding them because I'm a firm believer what's done in the dark will come in the light, and I don't really approach my relationship with that mentality. I don't even want that negative energy intertwined. It's just more so I want to enjoy him to myself. Everybody on social media says don't post your partner, enjoy them, da da da, but I just feel like I am a influencer and I do post everything else. I'm in a relationship. Why I can't post my cute little pictures? We compliment each other so well. I don't feel like it should stop at a significant other. He not somebody that gotta be hidden. He not nobody husband. He not nobody baby daddy. So it's like I don't have a reason to hide him, but tagging him, and I had a situation happen right after he posted me on his story and I reposted the post. I got on live and somebody was trolling me, and that's not to say I care, but it's just also like, why troll me? And then she texted me back after the live. It was like a troll spam account, and she was like, I was just playing. So it's like, I don't want to give nobody too much insight on them. You can get too much from somebody's social media, where they work, what they doing. I feel like that's a little too close for comfort. And like I said, people on the internet be weird. They be trying to peep. Are they mad? Are they arguing? People do this with me and my friends. So I know when I have a boyfriend, half these questions is about me having a man. So that's why I'm just like, I'm gonna keep us as, not low-key, because I'm happy to be in a relationship. I'm proud of him, I'm proud of us, I love us together. But y'all don't need to know the nitty-gritty. Y'all don't need to know every everlasting detail, every interaction, what we doing, where we going, when, what, why, well, how. And this is Jada Jonay. That's what the channel name say. It don't say him. It don't say Jada Jonay plus 1 2 3 4 5. It say Jada. So as far as my friendships, my boyfriend, my family, I don't feel like I'm obligated to post or show them, because I feel like it does open the door for conversation. I just don't want to hear it. When you open the door, it just gives too many people's opinions. And sorry, not sorry, I don't want y'all following him. I don't understand why a supporter of me would have to go follow my man. Like, that just don't make sense. I don't know if that makes me insecure or not, but it's just like, what the hell? Why are y'all following my man? I don't know if anybody follow him. I unposted it because it's like, first of all, that's too loud anyways. His name is on his page. His government name is on his page. But he will get posted. He for sure will get posted. We gonna get posted. Are you still interested in the beauty business? Own a salon. Love your boss, by the way. So first and foremost, thank you. And I go back and forth on this so much. I am a licensed cosmetologist. I went to hair school for a year and completed. And I fully thought that I was going to be doing hair right by now. One of my goals when I moved to Atlanta was to find a salon and work there. That is still not off the table. Finding a balance between my passion, which is content creation, and it's just not the same as it used to be. But my mind is telling me God didn't give me these hands for no reason. God didn't put on my heart to go to school and me actually finishing for no reason. And that wasn't something that I did in vain. So should I give myself a fair shot to be a hairstylist, to really go after that? I'm not opposed to it, especially now, because I have the credentials, I have the talent. I feel like that's something that I would be negating for no possible reason. It's just more so me really trying to commit, and I know that I can do something and stop. It gotta make sense. I gotta make sense. I'm getting out of the mentality of you gotta perfect everything. I feel like that's another thing. I got my license and I said I need to do a hair shoot, I need to do a brand shoot, I need to brand my baby. Just jump off the porch and do the hair. You know what I'm saying? I have an Instagram with a portfolio and all of that on there. I just overthink doing hair because I see how much the hairstylists get bashed and they just have a bad rep. But I feel like I did take the correct steps, so now I just have to do it. I definitely have to figure out something fast because life is moving, and I definitely need to start thinking about my future, because content is great and all, but as the time changes, as your career changes, you have to be a little bit more level-headed and realistic. And that is why I went to go get my license, because I said, you never know. It has its highs, it has its lows. One year can be amazing, the next year can be terrible. And that's just what it is as an entrepreneur. I saw a post that said, when you're an entrepreneur, you gotta have a lot of grit and a lot of faith, and you do. I just been trying to learn more about finances and actually managing them and career. All these stuff just pop up in my mind. 401k, retirement. I feel like everybody teach you about the fast money and do this and do that, but I feel like I don't have a lot of people to really just teach me these things and guide me on this. So I'm learning, I'm messing up and all of that. That's why I say too, with the whole hair thing, that's another hustle culture. I feel like content creation is hustle culture to me. You gotta really grind with content creation, and I don't like the idea of overly grinding. That's just not my vibe. That's why I say I could see myself with a medium paced career, do my content on the side and still flourish that way. But I don't want to single my mind. I don't want to be closed-minded. I don't want to be small-minded. So I have open arms with whatever God has for me, and I'm willing to try anything. Oh, I don't want to do hair, I don't feel like it, or I want to just create content. God might make me be like a famous hairstylist, make famous hair products and stuff like that, just an extension of what I do. I don't know what he has for me, so that's why it's kind of a struggle. But I have considered trying it, and I really do want to take a healthy step. I feel like I want to finish this year out, and by the new year I can come to a decision, maybe talk to some salon owners. I don't know, y'all. I don't know. I'm just growing pains. This is the stuff that goes through my mind all the time, and sometimes I don't like talking about it, but I've been learning it's all gonna work out. It's all gonna work out in God's plan, God's timing. It's just, I know what I want to do, and I'm trying to make what I want to do come out my mind, just open it up for God. So that's where I am with it, letting him decide where he wants to place me, because I want to place me, I want to be the biggest influencer in the world. I just want to be like a Jackiana, a Leah J, like a Diera. Just aspire to be so big. I can see my brand growing, and I just want to be that person, like one of the girls girl, like, you know what I'm saying? Just big. Like, I don't want to be them, but I just want to do that. Like Keke Palmer on talk shows and stuff like that, like stuff that I enjoy. I love talking, I love interacting with people, and that's really where I see myself. But if God doesn't see that for me now or in that way, I have to back up and let him navigate those plans. Nothing is off the table for me. I'm completely open. I might go back to school. I might start a business. I might start doing hair. I don't know. I'm giving myself to January, really the end of December, to really decide what I want to do with my life, because it's getting serious. Like, I'm 24. Next year I'll be 25, and I need to start realizing, like, yes, this is my career. Like, me being a content creator, I will never stop doing that. But when times change, I have to be able to be fluid and flexible so that I can sustain myself and still be what I want to be, and not just selling myself short. All right, so someone said, since I've lost weight, am I still considering a breast reduction? So as far as a breast reduction, it's not something that I feel like I gotta have it, I gotta have it, I gotta have it. Like my boobs make stuff a little too sexy sometimes, and I be like, dang, if my chest was a little smaller, like everything just automatically looked like I'm just trying to show off, and I genuinely do not be. Even the classiest of dresses. Hey, how are you? I have a thing with surgery. I've only ever gotten one surgery, and that was my wisdom teeth, and I felt like I was literally dying. I was in so much pain, and I would not take my pain medicine, but like I took it the first night and it made me sleep. But I don't like medicine. I don't like being put under. Just, if I don't absolutely need it, I just feel like I've been learning to just work with what I got, if I'm being honest. Yes, my boobs are big, but this shit don't matter. This is a body. You feel like my values in certain things are changing. Do what I can change, but I can't help with what I got on my chest. Go to the gym, I'ma eat clean, I'ma do all these things. But something like my chest, if it's not getting smaller, that's just what God wanted me to have. If it's not affecting my quality of life, like, of course I have back pain here and there, but it's nothing that I feel like is just severe. Maybe over time it will be. I talk about it sometimes and I say like I want it, but I've never been able to really make a push because I'm scared. Even them putting me to sleep and me waking up with blood in my mouth and out of it, that's freaky to me. I don't feel like nobody should be able to knock me out and wake me up and you didn't cut all through my insides. That is freaky. In theory, yes, I have 2 more years to be on my mom's insurance and they'll pay for it. If I just keep getting tired of them, but I also haven't lost all the weight that I want to lose. I will say they've gotten a little smaller. I've lost 16 pounds and they did deflate just a little bit. So maybe if I lose about 15, 20 more, they'll get even smaller. But for now, I haven't started the process. I haven't vetted any doctors or looked anywhere because it's just like such a non-issue. I feel like there's so much other things in life that need to be changed. My boobs are the least of my problems. No time soon. I feel like any body modifications I don't want to make until I have children. If I'm gonna really like just sit down and want to do something, it's gonna be postpartum. Not in a rush. I plan on being fine forever, so if I just want to get a little nip and tuck, then I'll do that. But right now the gym is gonna suit me and that's just gonna be the vibe. So hopefully they go down. I've been looking at some chest exercises, so hopefully that works. Someone said, how did I learn to decenter men? What did I do on my journey? I prioritized myself. I took myself on dates. I stopped waiting for a text back or a call or communication. Just be in la la land. I don't think I ever really centered men, quote unquote. I feel like as I've gotten older, I want to be everything for myself, and I've made myself everything for myself. And when I'm with somebody or not, I'm content. I'm not looking for that validation. I don't need you to tell me I'm pretty. I don't need you to tell me yes or no or should you do this. I found that validation within myself, and I feel like that's where it all stems from. If your mind is just men, then you're seeking validation to some extent. The minute that you prioritize yourself and your own validity, you got yourself and you got your own back, everything else is gonna come with it. And I noticed the minute I started loving myself more, when you are sure of yourself, no one can tell you anything about you. I feel like that's when your light really shines. So I think that's all it was. Like, I started prioritizing myself, and that just came with me literally spending time alone and being okay with being alone. I started going on movie dates. I started going on dinner dates. I just started doing things that I never typically did. And that just caused me to decenter anything that didn't matter. I decentered my friends. I decentered men, decenter my family. I became the center aside from God, of course. Everything else just gravitated and fit in better. With centering people or exterior things, what comes with that is validation, people pleasing, and things like that. I just don't care to please no more, because when you spend that time with yourself and you do the work in that way, life is more peaceful to an extent alone. So if somebody isn't contributing, when you spend that time alone, you build this beautiful bubble around yourself, and that's called boundaries, right? Boundaries with men, boundaries with family, boundary with friends. So when you build these boundaries around yourself, somebody has to safely step in. They can't come in causing a ruckus and doing this and doing that. So once you set that bubble and you're used to that bubble, everybody gotta walk in quiet and make sure they're not disrupting that bubble, because the minute they disrupt that bubble, you're not in the center. You're prioritizing something over you. And that's not saying be selfish. It's not saying don't be kind. I'm very kind. I feel like I'm very nice. I'm very open and welcome to people. But you definitely have to make sure that you are not letting people evade your bubble, because your bubble, that's your security, that's your safety, that's your morals. When the minute you let someone poke that bubble, or they start poking at it, and I said I'm not gonna do this, but I don't typically do this, but I'm gonna do this for this person, or I'm busy and I got a lot of work to do, but I'm gonna stay up and do this or do that for this person, that's when things start to infiltrate and you're off center basically. And that's not saying you can't go out of your way, because a part of community is going out of your way, but make sure you're staying grounded to yourself. Make sure you're standing on what makes you feel right, and the rest is gonna flow. And I feel like that's how I came to decenter anything that just didn't matter or anything that didn't serve me well. How did me and my boyfriend meet? We met in high school. We met in 10th grade. He liked me. He had a little crush on me. But we didn't really start being romantic till recently. How is life? What changes have I made to myself or other things? So one of the biggest things that I implemented into my life is I'm not explaining myself when I don't feel like I need to. Over the last couple months, I've had so many people try to tell me who I am, what I stand for, what I believe in. The end of June, I told myself no more. I'm not doing that no more. I'm not overly proving myself. I'm not bending over backwards to explain. One of the biggest things, and I've been letting go and letting God a lot. I have been super stressed. The whole month of July, I was stressed leading up to my move, and I had to fight the hell out of that shit because I told myself I am not allowing myself to be consumed by stress. Stress makes you sick, y'all. And it makes my stomach hurt. It makes my bowels move funny. It makes me anxious. I almost feel like I gotta puke. And I told myself, easier said than done, but you have to do something to alleviate the stress. And the only thing that I could think of was not giving a fuck. The only thing I could think, like, just not caring. Yes, I care about my life. I care about where I'm going, but genuinely, it's gonna go where it's meant to go. And nothing I do, no strings I try to pull are gonna alter the future that I have. So I had to sit with myself and say, like, yeah, you're stressed. This is scary. But most of the time we're scared because we have a vision, we have an audience, and we have family, and we have friends, and we have people that are expecting certain things of us. But I just told myself, like, I care, but I only care to the extent of which I can control. And if I can no longer control it, if it's out of my hands, I'm giving it to God. And I feel like that has honestly been working for me these last couple months. And I talked about it in my last vlog where I felt like I was dealing with some sort of spiritual warfare. I feel like I grew from that and I found peace. You gotta really trust the process. This is actually a touchy topic because you will think like there's no end in sight, or you don't know what's gonna happen because you don't know. You have to be okay with not knowing. And I feel like that's the biggest thing that I have been learning. Okay with not knowing. And the minute that I became with not knowing, stuff just started falling from the sky. I swear to God, like, these last 2 months have been so hard mentally for me. I had a lot going on. And I feel like letting go has just helped me. It just flows. And I think when you unlock that trust with God, he just let everything flow in behalf. And it's be telling me, I told you I got you. It could be something little. It could be the smallest of things. And I'm just like, dang, like, God really got my back. Chilling out, just relaxing, letting it be, because it's gonna be what it's gonna be. And that's the biggest thing that I learned, is just sitting back and shutting up. I'm not getting a puppy for my new house. I really want one. I said if I make it to January and I really like where I am, I may look into getting a dog for my birthday, because I really do want a puppy. The only thing I'm scared of, it is carpet in here. I don't know how I would do with a dog on carpet. So if I make it to January and I feel like I really like this place and I'm comfortable, I might get me a little doggy. I really want a Maltipoo, like, so bad. I might get myself one for my birthday. What's my current favorite activity for passing time? This might be bad, but like TikTok. It has been super bad lately. I've been scrolling a lot. Tips on how to keep friendships spicy and not boring. Do things, go out, try new things. I think that's the biggest way to keep a friendship not in one spot. Talk to each other, keep it up, try new things, try a new fitness class, or go to a new restaurant, try different food that you never tried. Try Thai food, try Indian food if you never have before. Pros and cons of being an influencer. So one of the biggest pros is the community that you have. I feel like I have lifelong besties on this here internet, and we have such a strong connection. Y'all are really my girls. I talk to y'all all the time. I be texting y'all in the DM, like, just the best of friends. Never be friendless, because I got y'all. Like, y'all are my family in a way. So I feel like the community is the best part. I like bonding with y'all. Another pro is, of course, the monetary gain that you can receive from just living your life or being influential. You can make a lot of money in this industry, so that is definitely a pro. One of the biggest pros is your time. You have freedom, so you're not locked into a schedule. The cons, having that much free time can make you a little lazy. You're very privileged to a certain extent. Another con is like, you gotta hustle. This is a hustling game, hustling business. Another con I would say would be privacy. You really share your life with the world, and you gotta know what to keep to yourself. So sharing so much, but keeping a little bit to you. I had this problem a little bit before too. Like, what do you have for yourself if you share everything? And that's why with this place, I said I didn't want to do like a big tour. I didn't want to make it a big thing of me moving, because I kind of want to keep the place to myself. I just don't want everybody like digging and where she at. I want to be here for a while. I don't even want to do too much about it. I ain't posting no pictures with no keys. I'm not doing all that because it don't call for all that this time. You gotta know what to balance and keep to yourself, because people can be invasive, and that's when it comes with boundaries. You have to know how to set boundaries with your audience. How do I stay motivated? What has been driving my motivation lately is knowing that the amount of work that I put in is what I will receive back. I don't know if y'all can tell, but your girl been real consistent lately. Whatever you putting out, whether you putting out love, whether you going hard in the paint with work, it's all gonna come back to you. The blessings are gonna come. What keeps me motivated is literally just the fact of like, I want it all. I want everything that I deserve. So in order for me to get that, I gotta put my foot in front of the other. I don't care how I feel. I gotta get to work. I gotta press the gas and not let up. Yes, I know God has a lot for me, but I do have to put in the work. I can't just sit and expect everything to come to me. I gotta put myself out there. I gotta be bold. I gotta be great. I want a lot out of this life. I don't want to struggle. I don't want to be sad. I don't want to be overthinking. And this, I'm my happiest when I'm working, when I'm moving, when I'm active. So I can only do right by myself by doing all of those things, because that's what's gonna make me happy. I like the outcome, and that's where my motivation comes. I can't expect much if I'm not doing much. Nobody has it fully figured out. The best you can do is try. I'm gonna keep posting. I don't care if I get aggravated. I'm gonna post. I'm gonna promote myself. I'm gonna put myself in rooms where it may not feel like I belong. I'm gonna go to the gym. I'm gonna go for walks. I'm gonna eat clean. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that, because I know what I want the result to be. I know I want the white picket fence, the happy family, the ring, the kids. Ain't no handouts in this world. You gotta go get it. And that's the motivation enough. Nobody coming to save you. Superman is not finna come sweep you off your feet. Only person coming to come save you is Jesus Christ when he makes his return. Until then, if you living on this world, you gotta do something, because you gotta get it. You gotta go grind. So that's what keep me motivated. Why am I moving? So I had to answer this one. Why am I moving? I'm gonna just give y'all a short and sweet answer. Why did I move out of my luxury high-rise in Atlanta? Mainly, that bitch was expensive as fuck. That's number one. It was expensive. I was paying a good bit of racks every month for that spot. I'm not gonna say it wasn't worth it. For someone who would have been using all the amenities and all of the perks, yes. I got a free wine card. I had simulated golf and sports, gym, 24-hour gym, movie theater, so many different things in that building that I did not utilize. For me to be paying what I was paying a month, it was no reason for me to stay. It's something that I wanted to do. I wanted to accomplish. I wanted to say, hey, I lived in a high rise. I lived in the city for a year, loved it. It had its pros and cons. And I will say that I'm happy about the move. I'm not sad. I stayed for a year and I left. I said I wanted to be in the city. I wanted to explore that and experience that. I did it off the bucket list. Can we move to the next step? I told myself when I moved, I'm gonna justify the price by utilizing every last thing the building had to offer. I stayed there for a year. I did not utilize everything the building had to offer. When it came for me to renew my lease, I told myself straight up, you're not paying that for another year, babe. You need to go with something a little more homey, a little more modest, something that's a little more in a decent price. And this place still ain't cheap, hell. Shit, ain't nothing cheap no more. That's the thing. Nothing in this world is cheap. I didn't sacrifice luxury or anything like that. I feel like the building I live in is still pretty luxury. High rise is gonna always be there. Atlanta is Atlanta. Like I said, that's not my end goal. I seen, I conquered some great times in that apartment, but I am very happy with where I am now. So much more space, so much more quiet, and I'm in a peaceful state of mind, and that's all I could wish for. Yeah. What has been my most fulfilling moment in my 20s? My most fulfilling moment in my 20s would probably be moving to Atlanta. I would say that, like, genuinely moving out of my hometown really did something for me. I don't know what it did, but it just unleashed a certain level of like drive that I didn't know I had. I'm very inspired. It just changes perspective. It opens your mind and you just want more. I want to go after so much. I don't feel like there's a door that can be closed in my face. That's just how I feel. Like, I feel like anything I want is mine. If not now, eventually. Okay, pet peeves. My only pet peeve for real is liars. It just be so stupid because I genuinely do not lie. People tell the most unsolicited white lies to me and they think I don't catch on, but I be onto it. Like, I just be like, oh my God. People lie for fun, and I've been learning that. Am I excited about anything coming up? Yes, I have made the decision that I will be doing Vlogmas full throttle this year. I took a break the last 2 years. Well, the first year I had the flu. Last year, I just didn't feel like doing 25 days. This year I told myself, we back in the game. We're gonna do it down to the photo shoot, down to the intro. I already have my theme down. I have my intro down. I'm super excited. Vlogmas is my favorite time of year. Christmas is my favorite time of year, and this is gonna be my first year back. Everything that I have planned for that, so y'all can stay tuned for that. This is me confirming, because I know I always get a lot of questions when we get into the bird month, but I have confirmed I'm doing it. What's next for me as an influencer / content creator? So what is next in that aspect? I'm praying I get Sephora Squad, because I feel like that would just open up so many doors for me, and like, I'll be just more connected. I'll be engaged. I'll be inclined to just do more. If I don't get it, I'm not gonna beat myself up about it. I got so many referrals and I'm so appreciative of every last one. I'm gonna just keep striving. I want to hit 100K on TikTok, and I want to reach some type of consistency there. Break into the beauty market on TikTok and Instagram. So I'm gonna start prioritizing more short form content. I'm noticing that things such as hair and beauty is moving to TikTok. Beauty is almost non-existent on YouTube anymore. So I want to start prioritizing my beauty on TikTok, such as hair tutorials, makeup tutorials, skincare. YouTube, mostly just lifestyle. So lifestyle, talk throughs, girl talks. I'm just really trying to audit my page and really make it more professional. My goal is just to turn the creativity, turn up the motion, just turn up in general. Like, I want to be in y'all face. October, November, December, I flourish. So I just want to be in y'all face and never leave in front of y'all face, because as long as I'm in y'all face, I'm relevant. That's the name of the game, literally. As long as you're creating content, you're relevant, and that's your money, that's your revenue. So yeah, just trying to turn it up, turn the quality of my work up, and just be a better content creator. All right, y'all, so that was it for today's video. The face came out tea and it's still holding up pretty well. I'll probably have this on all night because I am filming another video, but I really like the face she's giving. I hope I covered a little bit of ground as far as a life update / Q&A type vibe. Life is good right now. Life is good. I feel like I'm at a very confident point within myself. I'm moving with purpose. I feel like it's just a matter of everything else flowing and aligning. That's where I am with everything. I hope we had a nice chat. I hope I answered you guys' questions well. I will be back to normal girl talks next week, so please let me know in the comments what y'all want me to chat about. If y'all want a tutorial on this makeup look, please let me know, because it's literally flawless. Looking at it in the mirror, it looks so good. So also in the comments, if you have anything else I didn't answer or you just want to chat, let me know as well. Thank you all for watching. If you haven't already, please leave me a testimonial at my Sephora Squad link. It will be in the description box below. Thank you all for watching. I love you all. Please like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys in my next freaking video. Big ass,